Hi guys, welcome back to Home Mystics. Today I've got another story for you guys. I love sharing these stories because I just want you to see what it's like, well, how important it is to get your home organized, okay? Today I want to tell you guys a story about this gentleman that I met last summer, and he's the kind of guy that loved working in the garden, had a whole lot of tools, and he loved fixing things around the house and stuff. A really, really nice guy. He'd spent many happy years with his wife, who was like the heart and the soul of inside the home. He was more responsible for outside. She was on the inside. And she had a knack for collecting things, collecting stuff from their trips all around the world, stuff for her kitchen, books that she thought that she was going to read but never really read, and clothes and all kinds of stuff. And to her husband, these charming stuff that she collected, this habit of hers, was something that he absolutely adored. So when she passed away, these quirks of hers had become memories that filled every single corner of their home for years. He found himself unable to face the task of sorting these things out because each room was a reminder of the relationships. And the thought of letting go of anything at all felt like he was losing his wife all over again. So he just kept putting this task off. So he was scared of starting it. I mean, you must understand, things like her favorite chair still held the vibe of her presence. So to him, it's like her laughter seemed to sit on her favorite chair. And in every corner, every corridor, he kind of like still was living a life like she was there. The idea of decluttering was daunting, and the path to his healing seemed far away because of this. But as life often does, it gave him a little nudge forward, and he realized that whilst his wife's stuff were comfort, they were also a barrier. They were a barrier that were stopping him from moving forward. He was ready to open his heart to new possibilities, maybe even to meeting someone new. And he knew that he couldn't do so without making peace with the past. So, with a heavy heart, but with a lot of determination and the spirit to make it work, he decided to start this journey and to start decluttering his home and getting rid of the things that were stopping him from getting to where he wanted to be. So the process was very slow and it was very tiring at times. He struggled with guilt. He was scared of letting go because he felt like everything that he let go of was kind of like reliving the loss of his wife again. So it made it very difficult for him to even begin. But I had to keep reminding him that the memories of his wife lived in his heart and not in her things, not in the objects. I had to urge him to ask himself over and over again, does this item bring you any joy? Or is it just simply memory or a placeholder of the past? And this question became like our guiding light for this decluttering journey. That was the question that I kept asking him over and over again to make it so that it can make things clear in his mind of what he should do with the items. We also went into the kitchen and tackled that because of the place. It was a place where his wife loved cooking. It was so obvious. Like every cupboard that we opened, we could see that that was a place where she enjoyed being. She had all kinds of gadgets. She was very organized, very organized. Everything was in its place, but it was too much. It was too much. And he didn't have a need for all these gadgets anymore because he needed things needed to become simple because he was alone. I'm not talking about what he planned for himself in the future, but his life, like then last summer, he needed things to be simple. So that meant getting rid of a lot of these pieces that he had in the kitchen. So we did our very best to pass the items on to people that we knew would need them instead of throwing them away. And each step was like a tribute to his wife's life. At the same time, we were reclaiming he was reclaiming his own space back. The most moving thing about this decluttering journey was discovering the power of community. This gentleman's friends and family offered him so much support, and it was amazing to see. Helping him sort through the items, there were, laughter, having fun, and all the stories about his wife that made the process feel less lonely. As his home organizer, I knew that this was more than just tidying up. I knew that it was about helping someone find peace and clarity in their life, find the direction, find the path to moving forward. So as we moved through the house, room by room, I began to see the transformation, not just in the space itself, but also in the gentleman. He was literally reclaiming his space. I encouraged him to keep a few sentimental items in a mementos box, place or a certain box to put things that really meant something to him that wouldn't overwhelm his future daily life. I remember when we decided to tackle one drawer in the bedroom, and there were many, many scarves in there. It was like a memory of fabric. As he held each scarf, he was reminiscing, laughing, and at times crying. And it was such an emotional moment, but he kept a few that held special memories that were significant, like the first trip to Paris or the first date. I think those were the two that he kept. The rest we decided to donate to someone who we felt that will really enjoy it, or that someone that these scars will bring warmth to. So as the months passed, his home began to transform. Rooms that were once filled with clutter became spaces of calmness and reflection. He created a small garden nook in his living room, a place where he could sit and remember his wife, while at the same time daydreaming of the future. So as the months passed by, his home began to transform. His rooms that were once filled with a whole lot of clutter became spaces of calmness and reflection. And he created a small nook in his living room that he loves because he loves gardening. And it was like a little garden place in the living room where he would sit and remember his wife and also dream about the future. So you see, the act of decluttering is a healing act. But at the same time, it was the step towards embracing a new life. What I want you to understand here is that the journey of decluttering is a challenging process. We all know that, but it is also a liberating one. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means making room for new experiences, new connections, and a new life. If you like this video and you know someone who might be interested in watching it, who might learn something from it, please feel free to share. And I am looking forward to seeing you again next time. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions. And yeah, happy decluttering, happy cleaning, happy organizing, a happy life. See you next time. Bye bye.